You're like a circle that floats around me, keeping me safe and sound. And when I fall, you tied a rope to me. You're blessing me every day. I was down with an illusion, like a sparrow with broken wings. But now I shine with your reflection on me. I'm getting back up on my feet. That you showed up was written in my palm. You are a statement, explode like a bomb. I get to push myself to victory. You make me winner. You cut me loose and set me free. You make me win every way. You showed me how to spread my wings. Yes, I'm the winner of the day. You cut me loose and set me free. You make me win every way. You showed me how to spread my wings. Yes, I'm the winner of the day. Yes, I'm the winner, yeah. 'Cause I'm the winner, yeah. Am I awake or am I dreaming? So far gone, I won't look back. And when I move, there ain't no stopping me. You're pushing me up to the top. I saw the clouds looking angry, but then the sky reached my mind.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Sharon Campbell, your host today for the Plan to Prosper podcast show. I thank you so very much for joining us. We are going to have a fantastic information session today. It is the last week of June. Can you believe this? We are moving into half the year, and what great things we will accomplish in the next 6 months of the year. Just in case you did not meet all your goals and your targets or your income the first part of the year, you still have time. Yes, you do. And we are going to work with you. We kicked off the 1st of June, our 12-week series of getting past stuck. And just in case you missed some of them, you can look on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, any of the social medias, and you will find them. Also, you could go to our website, www.thesharoncampbell.com. Look on our blog for the lessons. We had lesson 1 for the first week. We was talking about the difference between struggling and being successful. We wanted to start the foundation by giving you the building blocks. It's like building a house. Your foundation must be solid. So the first 4 weeks, we worked on building the foundation, which is understanding the difference between struggling and being successful, and the things you can do in order to reduce struggle and increase being successful. So our blog have a whole outline giving you great information about how to overcome that. So that's the first part of the foundation. It's like mixing up the cement. You got to go get it, you put it in a bucket. Now we need to add some stuff to the cement in order to get it ready for the foundation. So the second step was building your best life, designing the life that you want. So that was the water we pulled in, and we needed to add something. And we just said, okay, what is it? We need to make the ingredients the right amount in order for the foundation to be solid. And so week 1, we got some fertilizer, put them in the bucket. The cement, put it in the bucket. Week 2, we added the water. And we stirred it and getting it the right consistency. So very important, because when we start pouring it has to be the right type. You don't want it too runny. You don't want it too thick. You want it to be the right amount. Because whenever you pour it out, you have to start leveraging it, just like in the foundation. So what we're going to do now, we add another layer, which is accountability. And so we pour the cement out. It was like pouring it out in order to it to flow right, so we can lay it nice and smooth, so it can curate and won't have cracks in it. Okay, and so now we poured it in the foundation on the ground, getting it nice, smooth. But today it's about commitment. Okay, and so now we are taking it and we are making sure that we leverage it really, really smooth. We have all the tools we need now for the first month in order to make the foundation solid. For understanding that in life you will have some struggles, but you can also succeed and reduce the struggles. Second, we're going to design the best life for you. Help you figure out what is it that I want. Not what is it that someone else thinks we should have, whatever that we grew up and said we need to do. But are you living your best life? And laying the plan for that by mixing the right ingredients. And the two ingredients you must have started out is commitment and accountability. So we have to be accountable first in order to be committed. And so this is our fourth week to building the foundation. And we're going to talk about commitment. So often I think about commitment in the sense of, have you started something and you didn't see it through? And you may wonder why. I know what I need to do to accomplish what I want in order to reach my goal. But after a couple of days or weeks, I gave up. I stopped doing it. I put it on pause. I got distracted. I became a procrastinator. I let fear set in. I let doubt. I listened to other people talk me out of it. It wasn't important because I got uncomfortable with it. Because I was so comfortable in where I was at. Because it was great in my mind to feel it, to want it, desire it. But when I actually had to put all the steps in place, I got uncomfortable. And so I stopped. And I went back and I retreated back. See, I really didn't have a found commitment to see it through. Because I stopped. The commitment wasn't there. I said it, I talked about it, but I started letting other things interfere. If you find yourself in that position, you still have the opportunity to overcome and start over to that commitment. What happens around something that you really want to do when you're building your company, building your wealth, or designing your best life, is that commitment to doing it will allow other things to come in place. Somebody will want you to go out to lunch with them and you really need to say no. Your sometimes it just be depression. Sometimes this is simple as I'm depressed and I don't know how to move forward. I'm going through life just moving. A silent depression, a fear. And you fear that being successful, fear of so much, and your income keep dwindling less and less. You are excellent at what you're doing. You have a good product and service, but it's not happening at the rate that you think it should. And remember now, you have not given it enough time. And if you really look back over it, every day you allow one more thing and enter, you're not reaching your goal. You are allowing someone else to disrupt what you have. You get complacent. And sometimes it's difficult for so many people to work from home because they get distracted with things they can do around the house. You have to be really disciplined. Or people say, well, you home, you can do that. You home, you can pick the kids up. You home, you can go take your mom somewhere, be the caretaker. You home that you can answer the door. It always become you. And then guilt feel sits in. And what you are seeking your best life become the fact that you don't do anything to accomplish that. You may find yourself taking naps throughout the day and trying to figure out how to work late at night to make up for not being focused and not being committed. But there still is the opportunity for you to move forward. The commitment is there. We just need to help you execute. And so you say, well, how do you help me move from all of these other distractions? Something that can be tough for us. But you must push through it in order to get out the struggle from week one to get to the lifestyle that you desire and to get to being accountable so you become committed. We want people sometimes to like us. We want people to see us different. Sometimes we just simply don't know. Just really don't know. But guess what? During our 12 weeks, we are here to help you. If you just think about doing the work, carving out the time, becoming committed, accountable, and keeping it in front of you. Let's see what will happen. We know what we're doing now is not giving us what we had. And we have 6 months, 6 glorious months ahead of us. And the next 4 weeks, we're going to talk about the implementation of what you want, your best life, and how to do that. Because we can build a foundation. And your foundation, you can still make it smooth, solid, like cement, that it will not move and stand the test of time as you talk about implementation, the next 4 weeks. Our last 4 weeks, we're going to talk about execution. That's in August. So we got building a foundation. We got that. July, we're going to talk about implementation. Implementing what it is you want as your best life. August, execution. Executing it. You can do this. Yes, you can. Because you have other people that's with you that having the same issue around procrastination, around letting other things distract you, so you're not meeting you're not doing what's your best life. You may lose some people. Some people is going to get frustrated with you, leave you, talk about you, but that's okay. People are here for a season only. But you are here for a lifetime for yourself. And you deserve your best life. As an entrepreneur and a business owner, as a person that's working 9 to 5 that needs that security of the insurance but have a job on the side, a business on the side, as a hustler, someone want to start up, it's a nonprofit, the Community Development Corporation. You can do this. We cannot erase anything in the last 6 months. What we can do is improve the next 6 months. Sometimes you may say, if I lived by myself, I could do this because I wouldn't have all these distractions around me. Sometimes we come with the other reason why we're not successful. But guess what? If your family member you're living with, you have to figure out how to balance that and how to bring them into the fold. To when I'm living my best life, you will benefit also. So if you go to our website, you're going to go under our blog and you can download each one or read each one on how to overcome struggle, how to start designing your best life, accountability, and then today, commitment. Now, next week is the first Tuesday and on the 4th, which is July the 4th. We will not have a show. We want you to take that time out and just absorb. If you're going to spend it with your family, you're traveling, just, because we're going to be talking about implementation. So you get a week off. You had a great start. Now you need to celebrate. And why not celebrate? Celebrate the fact that you are designing your best life. And you're committed to it. You really is committed to it. You have made a conscious decision that you want better for yourself. And if you're struggling with how to grow your company, your business, and you're looking at it, definitely stay tuned with us these next 8 weeks, because we're going to give you some of the best tools out there between implementation and execution. So often we come up with strategies, goals, activities, but we struggle with the implementation and the execution. So what would happen if you just dedicate yourself for the last 8 weeks to yourself and make a conscious decision? I'm going to get up every morning at this time, no matter what. I'm going to go to bed every night at this time, no matter what, because I need my rest. I'm going to work on producing the best services for my clients. I'm going to bill on time. I'm not going to reduce my costs. I'm going to go find my clients and I'm going to participate. What would happen if you, in your consciousness, made that decision for yourself and said, the end of this month, which is the month of July, I'm talking about now for implementation, I'm going to implement X number of clients in my portfolio, and I'm going to execute the next 4 weeks over and over again that process. Embrace growth while you're doing your commitment. And be resilient. Just live it to the fullest. It's almost as you have to go inside of yourself and really, truly take care of you. You can't do this by yourself. We are not made that way. And the Plan to Prosper podcast show is here every Tuesday to help you. Sometimes we have guests, but sometimes it's a teachable moment. Sometimes you have to go to class. You have to be with someone that's speaking your language, being authentic and real, letting you know, look, it's not going to be a cakewalk. No, this is going to be some whole change. But you can do this. Come up with words that will help you. And some of the things I came up with say commitment, accountability, lifestyle design. Sometimes just those words can move you to the next level. What words that you want to use to help you stay focused? Place them in your bathroom. Place them on your computer. Place them around you. Place all this noise away from you. The answer is no. If someone says, well, hey, look, take a break, let's go to lunch. You may not can do that. Maybe because you have not have your systems down to do what you need to do. You're not making the income that you know you desire and can do. And you can really step out on these last 6 months and recoup some of your benefits. Focus and discipline. Oh my goodness. Stay focused. Get clarity about who am I? What is it that I want? And it's okay to be selfish about it. Not mean spirited, but selfish about your time to do what you need to do. And start putting things in priority. You know, we spend time not wanting to hurt other people's feelings. But you know, sometimes they don't care because they come back because they want what they want. And so you tipping around, man, let me go ahead and do this. I don't want to hurt them. You're miserable. And they're happy. We have to stop that. We have to stop. You live your best life. Implementation and execution is what's keeping you from your level. There is no lack of money in the world. There's no shortage of it or opportunities. What it is that we have to position ourselves to get there. Yes, there are going to be people that put obstacles and hurdles in your way, but you can overcome those. The power is in your mind and what you think. Building relationships is the key to opportunities and growth for you. Building trust. And if you say you're going to do something, unless it's something life circumstance that you cannot do it, then you must do it. Or you must tell them, I can't do this and this is why. But you can't make excuses. It's stopping you from building your wealth and your lifestyle that you desire. If you're looking at your bank account and you look at it, but it's not saying, and you're like, well, I'm going to get this amount of money, but you're not doing the work to attain that. Know your value, know your wealth. Ask people for what you need. Get people to help you. Ask for help. And be consistent in following through. Implement your plan and follow through with it. Trust and credibility is so very important. So what you lose the last 6 months? You showed up showing. You didn't do everything you could have done. You can't relive it. Forgive yourself and move on. Because people are going to remind you because they need to do some work on themselves. Really begin to harness you and don't worry about what happened last 6 months. Leaving a lasting legacy. So let's talk about that. Inspire others. So when you are not in the wrong, someone is talking about you. Someone is sharing great experiences that they had with you because you showed up, you produced great products, and you did great things for them. Now, we live in this world where everyone is saying, well, let's use AI. It produces good business plans. It produces this. You know what? Technology is beautiful. But someone sends me something that's produced out of there. You got to remember, you need to read what they say. And you need to edit it to it fits what you are saying. I just see, they're like, this is the easiest way. When you are looking for the easy way out to accomplish something, you may not get it. And I'm going to give you an example why. In the AI world, you may put that information in there. If it is not laid out for college kids in the AP style, or they are citing something that's not correct, and you send it in, these schools have a way of saying, well, this is plagiarized. So you got to understand now, it is when you go for easy and out, you may not get what you think you get. Great tool, but it is a tool. That's all it is. Something to give you the foundation. But you must read through that edit that, lay it out. It's a starter point. It's a research part. It provides you information in one location. It is fantastic. But it doesn't take place of the human mind, the brain trust. I had some conversation with some business owners that help their clients do business plans. And one of the conversations, oh, I can pump out a lot of business plans now with this. Guess what? It was so much duplication of each other business plan. And so they got to the point that it was just using one business plan and just thinking that, oh, these two companies do the same things. I could just use the same one, just change their name around and move this around and change that. And I'm like, oh my goodness, it is not like that at all. No, it's not. We really, truly need to understand how to use technology. It is a great tool. Yes, it is. It can pump up some great information for you. Yes. Understand it's just a tool and how you use it. Because if you misuse it, clients talk to one another in different industries. And you want to make sure that you will cover. I'll put a period on that and just keep that, because implementation and execution is so very important. So if AI, put that down, you didn't read it, massage it, and say, well, yes, I can do this, and the client sign off, and you don't have the skill set to implement it, you lose in trust and credibility. Reading is an eye opener to the world and to your opportunity in implementation and execution. The more you read, the more you sharpen the mind, the stronger you will get in your presentation. So let me share this with you as it relates to the grant funding world and why it's so important that commitment, accountability, best life, struggle to success all come together. There's so many myths out in the world about grants, writing grants, research grants, getting your 501(c). As someone that does that for a living, has an institute that provides nonprofit management and development of nonprofits, I will assure you this here. Reading is going to be the key to open up opportunities, whether you are a profit or a nonprofit, because they're funded for both of them. If you think that you're going to just use AI to skirt by, it is not going to give you all the funding opportunities with return on investment with a yes that you think it will. You're going to spend a lot of time trying to cut and paste what they produce and send it to a funder that's going to be reading it and say, but that's not what we said. That's not what our grant is about. And you're going to, well, I can't put in any grants, but that's what I'll get it one. The reason why is going to go back to that. And so we do offer just listening sessions on the basic fundamental of just people coming in and they want to know questions on nonprofits. Just so we'll next month we'll open up several listening sessions that you could come in, ask your question, understand, and help you reduce the myth. One group wanted to have a family-owned foundation, but when they got ready to name it, they named it, and I'm just going to use another name, the Smith Group. And you're going to call something the Smith Group, but that's not a family foundation, because you think about it's all in the name. It should have been the Smith Family Foundation. In nonprofit and as well as in business world, what you name is so very important. How you name it is so very important. And so when you start doing implementation and execution, and you're looking at grants and funding, that is so critical. And so if you find yourself scheming, like reading quick and stuff, I'm just going to just pick up stuff. Not in that word. That word requires you to stop, take some time, and read line for line. Because if you plan on getting funded, there are key things that you need to be looking for. And we need to be in the business of paying people to help us understand how to do that and what that needs to look like. That's why the commitment is so important, that you have to commit to that process. Because if you're looking for funding, whether you're private or nonprofit, the process is the same. And the implementation and the execution. Remember what I said? There's no lack of money in the world. It's how you get there and what you do to get there. This federal government and state and federal has several contracts out there, but you will have to put in the time to learn how to navigate around them and position them for yourself. Because your company may look good on the website, but on paper, the financials don't reflect what your website or what you are seeing. And in the funding world, all of that makes a difference. Having all your documentation makes a difference in the correct order and how to attend. Sometimes we look at, well, this person is charging a cheaper amount. That way we can go and get it. Well, when you look at something that is less than what you are actually trying to attain, and so if you're trying to pay $4.99 for something that's going to give you $100,000, you need to really look at what value I'm going to get out of that. And so we're going to take a quick break right now, and we'll be back in a few minutes to continue this conversation about the 12 weeks getting past stuff for you to be successful. Oh, thank you so very much, Mark. Mark is a fantastic producer of our show. I want to just take our hat off to Mark and he does such a great job. And so, as we continue talking about commitment, I'm committed to the Plan to Prosper podcast show. I show up. When I cannot show up, I make sure that you have some meaningful information that the show continues. It's just like Oprah. Sometimes you get a rerun, but select that rerun is the right one you need because you missed 2 or 3 episodes. You're like, dog, I'm glad I got that. When I thought about when Mark and I was talking, he reminded me about next Tuesday's the 4th. I said, what? Open do a rerun on the 4th, something else can happen. And, because all of us need a break, a time to reflect, a time to think, a time to really think about what it is I want to do in the next 6 months. Yes, it's the 4th of July. You're going to have fun. You're going to be with your family. But also, I want you to just take some time. You just sit. All of us, they get to go to the beach. Fantastic. You'll have some time. All of us to go to the mountains. Some of us may just stay home and just want to just relax in our backyard. Sometimes you just want to sit in your own room, your bedroom, your living room, and meditate and breathe in. It is something to celebrate these next 6 months. Sometimes just going to get a cone of ice cream and sitting in your car is all you need to celebrate. Sometimes the little things you may do is all you need to celebrate. Because the following week on the 11th, we are going to talk about invitation. And the rest of that month is going to be on Tuesday. It's going to be that. So we want you to hear from what it is that you need help with for implementing. Go to our website, contact us, put your question in there and send it to us. And we're going to try to cover everyone's question. But if not, you're going to get an email or phone call from myself personally to answer that question for you. The greatest accomplishment for our podcast is to help others reach their goal, live their best life. And we do that by investing in you. And your commitment in yourself, I cannot reiterate the importance of that. Being authentic with you during your implementation and your execution is going to change the amount of income in your bank account and the number of clients that you will have. Too often we will not ask for clients because we assume people should know that, but that is not accurate or true. You need to ask for clients. And we're going to work with you through that implementation process so you can reach. And it is these 12 weeks is not get rich quick scheme. It's some work you got to do. It's some work you have to focus on. It's you. Let's fix you. And the only person that can fix you is you. And I'm going to be working on me. Let's take care of Sharon. What needs to happen to Sharon, but she can be the best way. How do I stay in tune with Sharon? How do I unplug from things I did not accomplish and restore today and spend some time preparing for these next 6 months? So I just don't think that these 12 weeks came at a time so that I just throw out the air. It was already designed for us to do this, and to help you build the foundation first. And so we have the foundation. We have the first 4 weeks down. Before July 1, I would like for you to write in details your best life. What it is you want for your best life. What it is that you can hold yourself to be accountable and committed to through the implementation process and the execution process to your success. And if you would do that, we will show up every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern to help you. Have a safe and wonderful holiday. I am looking forward to sharing these next 8 weeks with you. And we're going to grow and thrive. Take care, everyone, and be safe during the holidays. Have a very good night.